for a few seconds, really use some focus. Stare at that hole for a few seconds, create that focus, and then as soon as I look back at the golf ball, I go ahead and hit it. And a lot of those putts go in, even in that small hole. So I think that's a good thing for you to do, is to practice focusing and your alignment when you're indoors. I think you're also going to want to set some goals for yourself there, like see if you can make 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, anything like that, just to give you some kind of marker for progress. But also, I would tell yourself to reward your process as well. So reward your results. That's great. Gives you confidence. But reward your process too. Are you lining it up? Are you focusing? Those things. And we'll go into some other putting stuff in the future that you can do when it's not the off season, when you're actually on the practice green, a large green, where you can work on some distance control and stuff. So putting is one thing that you can do. Obviously indoors, if you have a putting mat. If you don't have one, look on the internet. You can buy one there, or go to a local golf shop here in Memphis. So fitness would be another thing that you can do where you don't have to be outdoors. Some people obviously go to a gym, or maybe at their club they've got a fitness area there that they can work on as some strengthening and flexibility. I would say your cardio is one thing you could do really easily, just running in place. Just throughout the winter, obviously people gain weight. You're going to eat a bunch of Thanksgiving food. You're going to eat stuff in general during the holidays that makes you gain weight, and that's not going to typically help you for golf unless you're pretty consistent with your weight. People tend to start losing flexibility as they get heavier, losing energy, which is a big one. If you're somebody that plays 18 or more holes, your body just doesn't want to stay with endurance very long if you've got too much weight on you. So doing some kind of cardio is good, just to keep your heart healthy and help you cut some pounds. And then your diet, obviously, you don't have to do anything outdoors for that. If you can do a couple days a week where you're just eating, protein and vegetables and no carbs and sugars and stuff like that, that'll help you not gain as much weight. But then just some exercises you can do. I'll give you a few suggestions there. One thing I love to do is do a club above my head and then squat. So you're going to take your hands, grab a golf club, hold the club above your head, parallel to the ground, in a horizontal position. And as you hold that golf club above your head, you want to squat down, with your knees and try to get your rear, down pretty close to the ground. As far as you can go without losing balance, you're going to notice that when you hold that club above your head, that your back is going to be pretty tight. So you'll be limited there how far down you can go without your hands moving in front of your body. But it's something to do just to help feel that and go, okay, I need a little more flexibility in my back. A physical therapy roll, you can look those up. They're basically just a foam roll that people use for yoga and other things. Those are good for just popping your back, doing some stretching on, and you can do some exercises. You can look on the internet for some flexibility exercises for that. And then even a pull-up bar. So some people, you've got houses, people you live with don't want the pull-up bar, in a doorway. Mine, it's okay. Nobody gives me any flack about it. And mine is kind of in between the restroom and the den. So if I go to the restroom, I'll grab that pull-up bar, do a pull-up, or just hang on it. If you just hang on the pull-up bar, that's great for your shoulder strength and your flexibility. So something like that's good as well. Really, after you've done that, you've gotten some flexibility done, you've done some putting, the only other thing you can do is maybe swing some in your backyard when it's not super cold, it's not raining, it's not wet, and just get out there and move a little bit, make some swings. If you've got a way to record yourself, it's great. If you got an iPad or your phone's got a camera on it, you can record yourself too and kind of look at your swing. If you've been videoed before during a golf lesson, you'll kind of know what to look for and go, okay, this looks good or bad, or I need to practice swing some of this stuff. But either way, even if you're not working on anything, just getting your body moving similar to what you do during the season as you play is great, because again, your golf swing is something that can kind of come and go, and if you're not practicing at all, then it's probably going to go. So, and just make it that much harder on you in the springtime to get back going and knock all that rust off. The best thing to do is to be able to hit some golf balls, because everybody knows I've got this practice swing that's great. It looks great, feels great. My buddies say it's great, but then when I go to hit the ball, I don't hit it good, and my swing didn't feel the same. And a lot of people go, if you just use that practice swing and hit the ball, you'd be great. Well, a lot of times your brain kind of gets in the way there. You got these neural pathways. Your brain goes, that's not how you hit the ball. This is how you hit the ball. And that's where you tend to change from a practice swing to actually hitting a ball. And so that's good if you can get out, go to a driving range that's got some heaters, or just layer up some. Go to a range that doesn't have heaters when the weather's not too bad, and you can go hit some. Again, probably use some of those suggestions I gave you for playing, where you create a little condo, a little bit of turf build up, or use some tees as you're practicing so that you're not hitting off, barren ground, so to speak, or just that dormant grass. But that would be kind of your third thing, is if you could, go hit some golf balls every once in a while, just to keep your swing kind of where you had it as the season ended, and keep it closer to what you want for the spring. If you can, even taking some lessons during the winter time, that helps as well. You get to hit some balls when you do the lesson. You also will get some information on where you need to go with your swing, and you can kind of keep your mental focus, in a good spot for the coming season. So that's a good thing to do too. Is just kind of thinking about, all right, where was I when I ended the season? Where do I want to go from here? What were my issues? Was I missing a lot of fairways? Was I missing greens? Was it my short game? Was it my putting? What was my main issue? Work on that and kind of move forward from there. Set yourself some goals. How many fairways do I normally hit? Do I normally miss them left or right? How many greens do I hit? Do I normally miss them left or right, or short or long? Do I get it up on the green on my first chip, bunker, flop shot, pitch shot, or do I miss hit a lot of those? Do I get it up fairly close to the hole, like within that 6 foot mark, hopefully? Because again, we go back to putting, your 6 footers, if you're a pro golfer, are 60 to 70%. So most of us are obviously not that good. So we need to get it even closer than that if we can. So looking at those things, and trying to build kind of a roadmap for success, where you go, all right, my putting is horrible. I can work on that during the winter. So at least from 6 feet, my alignment's going to be good. My focus is going to be good. So, when the spring comes, I'll be a lot better at those putts. When I can start chipping and hitting pitch shots, can I get the ball close to that 6 foot mark where I feel pretty confident that I can make that putt? And then going from there, from green to tee, working on your iron shots or approach shots if you hit hybrids, and just saying, okay, do I tend to miss left or right? Okay, if I'm missing all my shots left, let's try to miss some to the right so that you can change that pattern. Driving, I tend to pop up a lot of balls. Let me see if I can get to where I thin them more than pop them up. Try to get the opposite miss from what you're doing, and that's going to get you closer to that the place you want to be, where you're hitting the ball solid and accurately. Again, you got to think about golf as a sport. You're going to perform or not perform. You may know what to do, you may have all the right thoughts in your head, the right technique, and you can still mess it up. It's still a sport. So mentally, work on that as well, to where you're not just killing yourself over bad shots. You're going to always hit bad shots no matter how good you get. It's what you do from there, what you can do going forward. So you can work a little bit on that mentally as well, and go, hey, this year when I play, I'm not going to beat myself up all year. What's the point if I'm going out there to play and I'm not having a good time, not happy over every single shot? Keep some persistence, stay positive. Positive feelings, as many of those you can give yourself. They obviously come easy when we hit a good shot, and then frustration comes easily when we hit bad shots. So it's okay to get frustrated. Just try to let it go, move on, stay calm, stay relaxed, and stay focused. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I'm going to keep coming at you with some information that will help you going forward. Look for me on iTunes and on the internet. Subscribe and like, and we'll hope to see you soon. Thanks.